Hi everybody, my name's Bailey and I work for Hendricks County Parks and Rec, specifically at McLeod Nature Park. And this summer you can find me teaching all the pre-K camps and doing a bunch of fun programming, so be sure to stay up to date on our Facebook page and check out our new Fall 2020 Explorer. There are digital versions of it on our website, and you don't want to miss the programs that we have coming up. They're going to be good. Now, normally we offer our Animal Tales programs at all of the local public libraries, but currently we are offering them virtually, so everybody has the opportunity to tune in, and you can also practice safe social distancing at the same time. This month, we are going to be learning about one of my favorite animals, the skunk. And skunks are very cute, but very smelly animals. So if you see one in the wild, it's probably not the best idea to approach it, but you can happily observe them from a distance. Now, skunks are fairly small. They have long bodies, and they have their stinky tail, of course, but they are pretty small creatures. And as a disclaimer, this skunk pelt came to us naturally. It died of natural causes. No animals are harmed in McLeod Nature Park. They are all protected, and we use the animal pelts that are donated to us or that are found to help educate during our programs or during our camps. Now, to continue, skunks also have very sharp claws that they use to dig. And most skunks we know are black and white, but did you know it is also possible for skunks to be brown, gray, or even cream colored? And it's also possible for skunks to have different kinds of stripes. Now, skunks are born with their stripes, and most of them typically have 1 to 2, this one has 2, long stripes down their back. But it is also possible for them to have spots, which is pretty cool, I think. Skunks are a bit of a loner in the animal world. They don't really like to interact with other animals, and they don't really like to interact with other skunks unless it's a mama skunk with her babies. And even then, the father skunk never hangs around. He is off on his own immediately after. Now, the only time skunks are really known to socialize is in colder winter months, when female skunks have been found to burrow together in cold areas to stay warm. And now, skunks don't hibernate, but they use their sharp claws to dig really far down into the ground and stay there for extended periods of time to avoid getting out into the cold as much as they can. I have a skunk skull here with me to show you a quick trick into figuring out what is in a skunk's diet. Now, if you'll notice, they have really sharp front teeth, and these are used for tearing apart meat. But the back teeth are flatter, and they use these to crunch down on leaves and small insects. This is because skunks are omnivores, meaning they eat both meat and plants. Now, skunks are opportunity eaters, which means they will eat pretty much everything they have available to them. So if they are in a neighborhood, they'll go straight for the garbage and the pet food, but if they're out in the wild, they'll eat small animals like lizards and mice. They'll occasionally steal some eggs if they can, and then they'll eat berries. Skunks are warm-blooded, and they give birth to live young, which makes them mammals like us. Now, when they're babies, they're born blind and deaf, but they're also born with their stripes, which is pretty cool. They'll gain their sight and hearing after a few months, and they'll stay with their mother for around a year or until they're ready to mate, but the father skunk has nothing to do with the babies, while the mother skunk is extremely protective of her kits, and she will not leave their side, and she will spray absolutely anything and everything that threatens her or them. Speaking of that spray, I'm assuming you already know about the kind of stink a skunk can give off. They are best known for their ability to spray their attackers with almost perfect accuracy, and it can shoot up to 15 feet away. So if a skunk is about to spray you, good luck. The smell of the spray can be smelled for up to a mile away by any of the skunk's potential predators, from bears to coyotes to humans. Now, you already know it smells really bad when a skunk sprays, but it is extremely difficult to get off clothes, off skin, and it can cause skin irritation and in some cases temporary blindness. So if you see a skunk, it is best not to approach it and to rather admire it from a distance to avoid getting sprayed. Don't be too mad at skunks yet, because although their spray is very smelly, they do not want to spray you unless they absolutely have to. Skunks only carry enough spray to spray about 5 times in their lifetime, and once they spray, it takes 10 days to rebuild that spray up. So that leaves them completely unprotected from their predators for 10 days. So instead, what most skunks will do, they'll lift their tail and then they'll stomp. Like that, and it's really cute, but it's also very threatening. Although skunks are small, most predators that we have in Indiana, like coyotes and foxes and raccoons, will not attack a skunk because they know of that spray. However, there is one animal that does not care, and that is because their sense of smell is not as strong as their other senses. The predator we are talking about here is the great horned owl. While of course other predators in Indiana will attack a skunk and eat a skunk if absolutely necessary, this guy will do it any day of the week. The great horned owl is the skunk's #1 predator, so much so that researchers once discovered 57 skunk carcasses in one great horned owl nest. So now that you have a little bit of background information on skunks, yes, they are very cute, but they are also very smelly. And I know it may be tempting to approach one now that you know they don't want to spray you, but just because one skunk doesn't want to spray you doesn't mean another one won't. So even though you can't approach a skunk or really have one of your own, that doesn't mean you still can't make a skunk friend. Here's an example of the fun little skunk friend that you can make from home without worrying about getting sprayed. The directions will be posted in our event page on Facebook, or you can email us at mcleodnp@hcparks.net for directions. We were going to read Skunk at Hemlock Circle by Victoria Sharrow, so if you are interested, feel free to check out your local library or stop by McLeod Nature Center to read a copy or find some other cool books about skunks, but be sure to wear your mask and practice safe social distancing when entering a building. During the week of August 5th through the 9th, you can stop by McLeod Nature Park to read this story while walking a short trail, and you can stop in our nature center for a free craft kit and directions. We hope to see you at the park real soon. You might not see any real skunks while you're here. They're typically out during the nighttime, but you might get lucky. And remember, if you do come across a skunk, do not approach it. Just admire it from a distance and leave it be, because you don't want to get that smell. It is not easy to get out, trust me. Bye for now.